Blub blub everyone, welcome to Europa Universalis 5. We are going to play this because I am a little addicted at the moment. I already played only 7 hours because I had to work. Yeah, some people have to do the work. I don't know why, and it's very annoying. I would have liked to play much more, but I couldn't. But I have played a little bit of Hessen. And that's what we're going to play. We're in the bank smack freaking middle of what is to be future Germany. At some point. And we're just going to play that, because I enjoy it. It's kind of interesting, and I also already lost once. The second run was much better, but, you know, we'll see how this one goes. It's probably going to be absolutely horrible. We're not going to play on Ironman mode, because it's a stream thing, and also recording, and all that stuff. So, that's how it is. So, no achievements for me. Sadness. But whatever. We're just going to enjoy some nice EU5. Which, for some reason, has no music at this time. It's gonna come back up, though. It should be. Now, several different things. As I explained before, we have no cities. That is bad. All we have in, for example, the Hessen Highlands, which is also kind of interesting, but we only have rural towns. Here, everywhere. Eschwege, Rothenburg, Frankenberg, Marburg. It's all just basically 3 peasants and 50 cows. That's all it is. Nothing more. Alsfeld doesn't matter. Even around us, Fulda, Lauterbach, Korber. Here is Wetzlar. That would actually be a great region to take very early, because they have a town. Why is that important? Easy. Because of this. Well, actually, not even the castle. Oh, I thought they didn't have a castle. I thought they had a sergeantry. Now, yes, they can build a castle. We can't. But also, they can build a sergeantry. That is the first building you need to actually get manpower. Because, as you can see, we can have a grand total of 0 manpower. We're getting 0 manpower every month. Why is that? Because the game hates me. Because you need a town to build the sergeantry and actually get manpower. And that means, for a big chunk of the game right now, we are going to be absolutely 150% dependent on the plebs that we can push into service and make die for us. Hopefully they won't all die, because those are my workers, and if they die, as you can see, if we raise them, we lose like 20% raw materials output, because we're literally pulling them out of the mines and out of the farms, and just, you know, give them a sharpened stick and say, let's go to the front lines. Welcome to conscription, it's horrible. And also, my food production goes down in every location that's raising the levy. It's horrible. You don't want to lose these guys, because if you lose them, that is permanent in a way, because you can't bring them back, you know. Also, they are shit troops, because, as I said, you just give them a sharpened stick and put them into service, and that's about all the training they get. So they probably won't fight well. So what we want is regulars. Standing armies. Sounds interesting, because they can actually train, and they are much better. But we cannot have them without at least, you know, 50 manpower or 100 manpower, depending on the regiment. And that camp followers is also interesting. I didn't see those. Provide informal service to warbands on the march. Oh, so they give them more logistics, I guess. And they can fight a little bit. Oh, that's interesting. But yeah. We need manpower to actually survive this at some point, but getting a town is not easy. Maybe if we could get Wetzlar, I didn't even see that Wetzlar has a town there. If we could get that, unfortunately they have a fort, so it's really hard to take them. Wait a second. We can't declare war for a month, which is a long time, but maybe we can take them early. And then have that town, and then much earlier, because building a town costs us, or upgrading to a town, costs us 300 and then some ducats, which is a lot if you only make 0.93. So that will take a while, but if we can take a town, And no one really else around us has a town as far as I know. I mean Göttingen, okay, sure, but Göttingen is part of Braunschweig, or Brunswick, whatever you want to call it. Well, you actually call it Braunschweig because it's fucking German. And not some English bullshit. Or Paderborn, okay, sure, could have a town. I'm not sure we can take these, though. They probably have a lot more levy than we have. Yes, they do at the moment. So maybe we'll have some really exposed guys with a town and can just take them. There's another problem where that town lies, because this is how markets are now. And we are bang smack in the middle, as you can see, of two markets. Which is kind of horrible, because if we build a town in Kassel, we only get access to Köln. If we build a town in Eschwege, for example, we only get access to Nuremberg, this market. I really would like to make my own market at some point and see how that goes, because we would literally rip all the pieces out of this, depending on how strong our influence is. And we would just destroy these markets in a way. That would be kind of fun. And also, if it's your market, you get really a lot of power there, which is kind of nice. Already we have learned of many systems in this game, which is weird. My heir can have a better education. Okay, sure. Let's give him... I think you need a military run. Oh, not this time. Interesting. Well, let's give him an administrative education. That's fine. We need a rival. Now, okay. You can see there are two pieces in our country that split us a little bit. That's Korbach and that's Ziegenhain. I was going for Ziegenhain because it's basically in the middle of my country all this time. I don't think that's the winning move. I think it's Korbach. Do you see why already? Korbach is the only province in a long way around us that has gold. Now, gold can hurt us, but also it is great, because gold is money, and money is buildings and troops keep us alive. So, we might want to go for Korbach instantly. So I'm going to rival them, and I bet they will have like 50 allies in a second. But we'll see about that. My children can have better education. Oh yeah, you need balanced, that's fine. Who else? Yeah, you're fine with balanced, and I don't give a crap about you, and yeah, that's sure, fine. It's just balanced. Shut up. So, possible reforms. Yes, we can reform our government. We have estates again, like in EU4, if you know that one. Those are basically the representations of all the different factions in our empire, or in our, well, right now, very, very small nation. Like the nobility, the clergy, the commoners. We really don't like the nobility because they just sit around all day and eat our food. And, you know, have too much power without doing anything. So we definitely want to get rid of them at some point. But at the moment they're very, very strong. With 55% of all power just combined into them. They have more power than all the others combined. Including the freaking crown. That's not something we want. We have more diplomatic capacity. That's kind of nice. So we want to put another reform in. What does that do? Okay. Special requirements. You know, even though it's not going to give us much at the moment, we could go autocracy, but that gives us aristocracy. And that's called values in this game. We'll see that later. If you have any questions, guys, just ask, because it's gonna be a long explanation if I just explain everything. But this is kind of bad, because this there's a feedback loop. If you have more aristocracy, you have more nobles. If you have more nobles, you have more aristocracy. It's basically a nice little feedback right there. Yeah, 500 nobles have over half the power. Isn't that great, Raphael? It is horrible. We definitely don't want to have that. So I would love the crown power. That would be kind of amazing. But pushing more into aristocracy is not what I want. What we could have... The only thing that doesn't push me in a direction that I don't want, like traditionalist, is garbage. Like, at least for me. Conciliatory could be something we could consider. It's not that bad with the stuff you're doing. Diplomatic reputation is nice. Diplomatic capacity is very nice. This could basically secure some alliances, which is kind of nice. So I'm thinking about this one, but I'm also thinking about the trade office network. It will not do anything for us though, not for a long time. So maybe not. Because I don't think diplomatic range and trade range will do as much. I mean, diplomatic could do a lot, but thinking about it, diplomatic tradition seems really good. Yes, conciliatory is maybe not the best societal value, but also not the worst. Can we see it here? Yeah. So this is basically giving us, because we're belligerent, I think right now, yeah, we have the current impact of 10 towards belligerent, so we have faster casus belli creation. We get less antagonism and stuff. We have less war score cost. We have a little bit less reputation. We have better spy network construction. We'll lose that if we go more conciliatory and it flips to other values. It's basically a 0 to 100 scale in both directions, you know, one into belligerent, one into conciliatory. That's how that is made. We can see that later. But I still think this could be, for some good alliances, this could be very important for us. I'm going to do that. That is something I didn't do before. I went for trade and then realized that we can literally have 0 trade right now. 0 trade. Where is it? Here. Because... Can I see that here? Yes. We have literally 0 trade capacity in Köln and 0 trade capacity or range in Nuremberg. Actually, if I would have taken the other one, I actually would have had range in Nuremberg. Now I don't have range in Nuremberg. That's kind of bad, but oh well. It's fine, I guess. Yeah, our trade capacity is boosted by 20%, but 20% on 0 is still very nothing. So, fun stuff. Trade is not going to be a thing for us at the moment. It's great. We have some sliders that we can do here. This is all automated already. That's good. I want to automate these as well. Just to make sure these guys, I get the most money out of them without pissing them off more. That should be fine. We can go up into minting. There is a... You can see, minting changes the inflation. At the moment we're losing inflation. And now... There we are. That's perfectly equal. As you can see, every country gets minus 0.1% inflation per month. And you can mint up until that level. There is even... There it goes. You can see there is a minting threshold that you can also increase with tech later. But we have a minting threshold of 5%. Weirdly, we have 25% of minting. I don't think that's correct, but maybe it is. And that counts like 5% in terms of our inflation. I don't know. But at the moment, we're not producing any inflation and we're getting the maximum amount of money out of it. That's what we want, for sure. I could decrease the cost of court a little bit to make a little tiny teensy-weensy bit more money and decrease my legitimacy gain, but that should be fine. We don't really need that much diplomatic spending. The problem is, it's very weird how diplomats are made in this game, because diplomats, you don't get back all the time. So if you send him on a mission, he basically gets cut into pieces and you get him back in pieces. Weirdly. It's kind of an interesting system, but also it is dependent on your diplomatic spending. If you decrease that too much, you're actually lowering your maximum diplomatic capacity, I think it is. I think it's this one? No. But this maximum, this is now our maximum number of diplomats, like 5 right now. We're at or over our maximum. And it should be here. Oh, maximum of 1.6 right now, because I decreased the spending. So we will not gain more than 1.6 because of our spending. You can always have 1, but we will not gain more than 1.6 right now. Which is not great, but for the moment I need money, so whatever, it's fine. Stability, we should pay enough to at least stay... I don't want to stay equal, I want to stay a little bit above, so... Let's go to 0.1 per month. Costs us basically nothing at the moment, so that's fine. Okay, so I think we're almost ready. We need to go for tech. There is gigantic tech trees in this, which are very fun. I'm not going to engage with them too much at the moment, because you can only do organized religion right now and then go for these things. which is fine, I guess. Like, more monthly diplomats could be nice, just for free, so we don't have to invest in that too much. More burgers is something really nice in towns and cities, you know, with more literacy for them as well. All those beautiful, beautiful modifiers, more cultural tradition, more monthly army tradition will be amazing. All the beautiful stuff. And once we get more, this is all the age of traditions. And once we get more of these, like legalism, like feudalism, like all that stuff, these, what is it called? There's a name for it. The institutions. Then we get more research as well. Because right now I couldn't research quarrying, for example, because, well, I think I have it even. Yeah, it has been researched, but I couldn't research meritocracy because I don't have that institution that is the meritocracy. So I can't research any of this until I get that institution. So we'll have to wait. The next age will be the Age of Renaissance, actually quite quickly, and there will be more institutions that we can research, and we'll just go through them as we can, and just try to make good decisions. We get more clerics here, and more literacy for the clergy, sure. I would rather throw them out, but, you know, that's my personal preference. I'm gonna go for burgers, because those will be good. Now, the question is what after? We could go for more institution growth, which is quite nice. Less food cost for peasants. Pretty nice. Peasants eat a lot. I mean, they're most of the people, so let's go there. And then go for monthly diplomats, and then we'll just reevaluate. So that's our queue right now. It's fine. We don't have to mess with that too much right now. We have inefficient minting because access to needed goods. That's fine. Underage heir. I can't do anything about that. Pops with needs. Okay. Possible cabinet actions. That is something new. Now, let's find someone. We have rolled rather poorly. Oh god, especially with you. Could we please execute him? Really bad one. So, I'm gonna take this guy, who will probably die at some point, very soon. He always does, for some reason. It's always the same guy. Oh god, this is a really horrible roll. Let's take this one, so we have some options. So, what can you do with the cabinet? The cabinet is extremely strong, and you only will have 2 cabinet slots till you are an empire, and I think then you get a third. It's rather harsh. But you can do so much with these, it's amazing, and we'll see that over the course of the game. At this time, I think we're just going to work on something like legitimacy and stability. Especially stability would be nice, and that's for you very much so. Because you need military power for that, and we have... It's not mana anymore, luckily, it's just skill. And for you, we could just develop province for now, that's fine. Let's just develop our highlands, and that's okay. Cool, so we can now almost start. Guys, I think what we need to do is a no-CB war fun in the beginning. Institution growth sounds good. Yeah, it does. It definitely does. It's not that crucial at the moment, though, because we don't have many. Meritocracy can't get here anyway, I think. That's an Asia thing. That's not us. We can't see Asia, by the way. This is now the map. At the beginning, you could have seen Asia. You could have chosen Japan or stuff back there, or the gigantic China. You could even play in the New World right now. Let me tell you, it's not great when the Westerners, or well, Europe, comes in and infects you all with smallpox, and 90% of your people die. That's probably not gonna be great. But at least they won't have the Black Death right now. So, that's kind of good. Now, let's just get started. We have diplomatic actions. Oh, can we ally someone? Someone useful? Not really. And what I don't like about this screen already is, where is their strength? The only thing I care about in an ally would be the strength. That's literally not on here. I don't know why. You can hover over them, but this doesn't tell you much either. Oh, it's all their men, really. 133. Yeah, that's useless. Okay, cool. No, no. So it's all... I can't order them after the amount of their troops that they can have. But anything under 1,000 is just useless, and we don't need those people because they're not gonna help us. 300 people is useless. They won't even make it here before we are dead if we're attacked, so that's not great. I think we need to wait, and we need to do some other things first to get some good allies. We could also just ally them and drop them later. Like here, number 600 boy is pretty good. 500, I mean, it's not 1,000, but it's better than nothing. And having an ally is probably better than having no ally in this very harsh time. 800, you're a little bit far away, but for a defensive war, it would be good. Also, they could be attacked, which is bad. Lippe. Ooh, Lippe. You don't say. There are some others here. Lippe would be a good candidate, in my opinion. Also far enough away that I don't want to take him yet. Arnsberg has 1,000. That must be a city. Or something. That's huge. Maybe Arnsberg and Lippe could be, for now, our allies, and we just drop them later. Plauen? It's very far away, though. I think Arnsberg and Lippe are good. Look at that, they're also close next to each other. Will stop them from killing each other, which is kind of nice. Because we would defend the other. Yeah, nothing... I wish I could sort this. That would be really good. We could go for Saxe-Wittenberg. I definitely went for them later. It's either Meissen or Saxe-Wittenberg that we want to ally later to have a little bit of protection here. Because they are usually quite strong, like here with 1,000. But I'm willing to go and get someone else. Let's go with Arnsberg, actually. That does sound good, because it's very close to us. Could also help us against Cologne at some point, because we definitely want to murder Cologne. Mainz wants our lands. Braunschweig wants our lands. Not great. Not a good position to be in. We could go for Saxe-Wittenberg. We could go for Lippe. I'm not really sure we should. Let's just go with this for now. And do we do something else? We could send someone to the Prussian Crusade. Sure. How about the idiot that can't do anything? Nice. We are sending Alexander von Reitzenstein to the Teutons to participate in a crusade. This may increase their stats, but might also be their end. Both would be fine. Anything else? Do we have some marriages that we could do? Oh, yes, we do. We have 2 people to marry off. Good, good, good. So, Hermann von Hessen. Interesting that it's called Hessen here and not Hess. But, okay. Let's marry him off to Braunschweig. Yes, that's amazing. Agnes von Welf. Ooh, she is. Schmexy. And also gives us a lot of prestige, which is huge. Let's get another royal marriage with you. We could go Saxe-Wittenberg. Ansbach is usually going to get a bit stronger. Mecklenburg, but it's very close to Brandenburg and will probably be murdered. None of those really speak to me, but let's go Ansbach and see how that works out. That also will give us more babies in our dynasty, which will be amazing, because then we can marry more people and make them like us. Because if you look at Braunschweig now, if you go... where is it? They will definitely like us much more right now because of that royal marriage. It gives a plus 20 or something. I think if we go and try to ally them, offer an alliance, then we see the royal marriage gave us 20, even though they desire our land because of Göttingen right next to us. Even though they desire our land, we have them like a good way there. If we now also try to get a positive opinion with them, I do still have a diplomat. That cost us diplomats, by the way, every single time we did this. But I need to improve opinion with them. Okay. And because of that diplomat that will return next month, I can't do it right now. But we will definitely increase the opinion with them because they want to murder us and we need to do something about it. Otherwise, now we're started. We're actually in the game. Hussar. Like 20 minutes after. I kept myself brief. We have a rivalry from Paderborn. That is not ideal. But also an interesting thing we could do. We're also 3 days before we can declare our first war. And our first war will definitely be an OCB war. I want to see your country. That. Yeah, those guys are too strong for us right now, but that is a good target, because if we can get that city, or that town, rather. It's interesting, city and town in German is the same thing. It's a Stadt. This could be a Kleinstadt, so a small city. You know, but still. It's in German, town and city is basically the same thing. Also, there is no parameter that actually makes something a city or a town. It is just, at least in Germany, that is, there is no hard limit like, oh, you have 1 million people in there, now you're a city or something. It's not a thing. It's more a political thing. They have a castle. That is kind of bad, because I'm not sure how good we are in sieging that. But we might as well try. If these guys don't have a lot of allies, we might be able to just overwhelm them. They do, though. Oh, that is really bad. Meissen, oh no. Meissen and Arnsberg. So, Arnsberg is with us if they attack us, so that's fine. We have Meissen too? I think we start with an alliance with Meissen. I wasn't sure in my last game why I had that alliance, if I just forgot that I made that alliance. But no, apparently we start with one. I mean, that's kind of nice. So we have Arnsberg and Meissen right now with us, and that means... Yeah, they don't have an alliance yet. That's good. So let's wait a few days. Now we are allowed to declare war. I'm probably not going to go for Paderborn, because if I try... No one will come with us. If these guys would come with us, I would attack them right now. That's the juiciest target. We would get a town right away. We could work on getting manpower and actual troops. We still need more money to actually field the troops. But still, that would be... Just building up manpower would be huge right now. But this is a good target. We might want to go for that at some point. But not right now. It would be an OCB war as well, which costs us 43 stability and 3.4 war exhaustion. It's gonna cost us anyway, because we're going to do this right now. I'm gonna go for Korbach. I want the gold mine. Which I ignored for most of my game, until I saw them building another layer of the gold mine. You know, another level. And then I thought, wait, you guys have gold? That can't be. You're mine now. I was actually attacking Ziegenhain first, but look at the money difference. 0.44 money with 0.11 per month. These guys have 24 bucks with 6.9 per month. Please tell me you don't have any allies. That's our diplomacy. Why is that our diplomacy, not yours? There, you don't. And you're my enemy, because I declared you a rival. You don't have any rivals. But that's fine. You don't have any people who like you, so you're going to die. That costs us a diplomat. It's a hostile action, and we're going to declare war. Let's go. No one will help us, but we don't need help. We're much, much stronger than them at the beginning of the game. First war, no CB war, best CB war. Let's go. Bam. Show superiority. Get my troops ready. No, that's not where I do that. That's here. Raise all the levies. Raise them all. Let's go. We don't need people in the fields. It's just a month or so. I don't know where the music is, guys. There is a little music in the background. Is it too low in volume? Please tell me. If we're lucky, we can even reach them before they can raise their levies, which would be absolutely tremendous. Oh, also always balance your unit, because it doesn't do it automatically. We actually reached this before they could even raise their troops. Ah, it's beautiful. Well, this is mine now. Thank you. 18 days of siege. We took 1.5 months. And we won the war. Perfect. That's the wars I like. The ones that I win without any competition. Oh my freaking god, that's money. Ooh, that's all the money I can get? Oh, I wish I could get more. But I can only get as much as they have, plus 5 loans, basically. And since they have the gold mine and have so much money as income, they can get a lot of loans. That's pretty good. We're seizing their land. Korbach is going to be ours. Cost a little bit. We have a little bit, tiny bit of antagonism, actually. It's nothing. Let's go. Bam. If they would have said no, they would have get a stab hit of 10. We are only at minus 13. That's huge. For such a country, for just getting 60 bucks instantly, beginning of the game, yes, baby. Always right-click this button, because it says here disband levies from unit. If you do left-click, it disbands the whole army, which also means your regulars, and you don't want to have them build up again. So we could rival Paderborn. We could rival them back. Maybe that would help with some enemies. But what I really want is Ziegenhain. Just to, you know, fill out our country a bit more. Or maybe Fulda. Because Fulda is quite easy to get right now. Another problem. Control has changed. You have distance now. Distance from the capital. For us. Basically, Arnsfeld is so freaking distant, we have no control in here. So far away, we just can't exert any control. If you look at the control map mode, it is at 14% control. That is basically nothing. Look at that. We're losing 85% crone power. We're not getting any sailors. Who cares? We're landlocked. We're not getting any manpower, which we can't get anyway, but still, if we wouldn't get any. It's really bad assimilation speed. There's really bad levy size and stuff. Basically, all that gives us levy are these provinces right here, right now. The rest down here is useless to us. More or less, you know, more or less. But now we actually have all of our whole province of the Hesse Highlands. That's pretty nice. Hypothetical, if your land had lots of money, could you get mercenaries for your armies? Yes, you can. Yes, you definitely can. There are mercenaries right here. We don't have any available right now, but technically you can. You can also hire a leader. I didn't even have a leader on my army. Thinking about that, this game has a lot of automation that you can turn on. Now let me just look at this. What automation is turned on? I want trade automation on, even though we can't trade right now. And there is also one for, down here, war. Replace general, replace admiral. The game replaces generals also for armies without objectives. Which could be kind of nice to automate, because sometimes I forget that, and that really hurts. So I'm just going to turn this on, and we'll see how that works. You can automate a lot of other things. I don't think I care about that right now, because our country is so small that doesn't make any difference. Now, what we need to do is, this is not a core yet. This is a conquered rural settlement. And now this rural settlement has, you know, pop conversion speed down and all those bad things. Less control, even though for some reason I have 100% control here. I don't know why that is. It's very weird, but still, it's not great. We wanna help with that. Also, it has some prosperity. It has some devastation right now because it was looted recently. It's very rich, so that's not that much of a problem. Usually, that is much higher. But what can happen when the prosperity gets too low, like minus 7%, minus 10% or something? Suddenly, all your people in this county are just leaving. They're just packing their bags and fucking off. And you really don't want that. So what you can do, first of all, what we need to do is no, not increase province control. We want to... we could reduce war exhaustion as well, but not with you. You're really bad at it. Integrate province, that's what we want. Speed of integration +1. So we definitely want to integrate the province. And as you can see, it's the whole province that we're integrating. But most of that belonged to us already. So what does that mean? It means that we don't have to gain integration in all of the province, only in the new parts. So we're starting already at 85%. So even if you only own one county in a province and you integrate them, that integration will not be lost when you conquer more. It just counts towards the full thing, which is quite nice. I like that mechanic. It has 100 control because it was a capital. It takes time to tick down. Oh, that might be it, yes. That might be it. Exactly. We want to now also help them recover. We want the recovery effort, which gives them more pop growth and also more prosperity. And the prosperity will help to keep people in my country here. Because this will be instantly counted now with the recovery effort. There, you can see. Recovery effort 7% because that person is really, really good at his job. So we should now see this swing next month to a really good number, and they will not leave. There we go, 6%. That should, and it's already finished, okay. So, because they had so little devastation. That's really, really nice, because now they shouldn't leave us. And we should be able to get the peasants to actually promote into laborers, so we can fill our gold mine. We lost the level of the gold? No, we didn't. No, it wasn't at 4 yet. We could actually expand this to have more gold mine availability, more job availability. And we have the money. It's only 27 bucks because it's an RGO. It's a resource gathering operation, which is something new in this game. It's basically any resource you can just gather up, like wood, like maybe wool and weeds and fish. All that stuff is just RGOs. It's just basically, you know, just, oh yeah, resource gathering. We just gather that up. And mining is one part of that. And anything that is fabricated, like cloth, like I don't know, tar, coal. Well, if it's not in the ground, if it's charcoal, then that counts. Those are buildings that usually have to be in a city, or are rural buildings that are just not as good. So yeah, there's a difference there. But we could get more gold. The problem is with more gold, yes, we're making more money, but look at our inflation all of a sudden. Even if I go to 0 minting, we are still bleeding inflation now. We're making a lot more money. We just tripled our money, basically. Actually, more. We have 5 times as much money per month coming in, which is huge. But also our inflation will go haywire forever now. And I have no idea how to fix that. There is one way in the technology tree, but that is like 3 ages away. So that's not going to happen soon. I don't know how to deal with inflation otherwise. I would assume producing more goods would help, but I have no idea actually. So I don't know. I'm not sure if rivalry decreases the cost, but I hope so. I'm just going to make Ziegenhain my rival for now. And we'll see. We also have some laws. We have... oh yeah, precious metal distribution, because we have precious metals yet. Now. We didn't have them before. We didn't have them yet. Mining can reduce inflation. Okay. But not mining gold, because that is what causes the inflation, so... Hope you do not mind if I say such things. I just try my best to guide you if you sound confused. Oh, that's totally fine. Just, you know. I can ignore you otherwise. It's cool. Which with all the explanations is bound to happen anyway. I'm very sorry. I don't want to, but it's just a lot to talk about. But we can now choose from these 3 laws. Basically, none of those make sense apart the upper one, because we don't have any trade. We literally cannot trade. We have very little access to the market. We have 0 capacity to trade. We cannot trade. So banning exports could be fine for us right now. And we get more income from minting. That also means more inflation. But you know, more money means we can build a town earlier if we want to. Or do something else. Who knows? We're building some production buildings or something that give us money. Which also really only helps if you have market access. But whatever. But all of this makes no sense to me, all down here. This is basically the best that we can do. And it also should shield us from people seeing our gold, hopefully. We'll see. And probably not attack us because of it. But we're going for export ban right now. There is no export. Possible cabinet actions. I don't think I want any of this. We're already doing stuff. And this law needs to be implemented, of course, so it's going to take a little bit. And our inflation will rise forever, and we have some rebels coming in. That's totally good. Minting, was it supposed to be? Look at the slider over minting. Nope. No, Joy, I just told you that's not how it works. We have the 100 Years' War. And the reason why that is not working is because minting is reducing and I showed that in the beginning, minting is reducing by 0.1 every month, and I'm at 0 minting, but it does nothing because we are getting 0.2 per month through the gold we're producing. So it's literally pointless. I cannot ever get rid of this inflation right now. It is literally impossible. And there is one technology that allows your cabinet to fight inflation, but also only by like 0.05% or something, which is never going to be enough for our gold income. So the only way I'm seeing is inflation comes to be because you're literally printing money. You have too much currency in your system. But if you produce goods, you don't produce inflation. That would mean if you produce more goods, technically the percentage of gold that you're producing that is going into your system is smaller, and therefore your inflation impact would be smaller, and therefore your inflation should go, well, your inflation gain at least should go down. So that could help us. But otherwise, we're going to pay a shit ton of money for shit because of that inflation. Terrible Hamster's not feeling so good, so going to bed. Hope your campaign goes well. Well, I hope you have a good night, Terrible Hamster, and hope you're feeling a little bit better soon. Thank you for being here, and I appreciate it very much. I can't hear music, says the hamster. Okay, I need to put the music up a little bit. I'm sorry, guys. Let me just get a drink. It's a lot of talking, this game. Also, 100 Years War. England and France will duke it out in the arena of death. In the Thunderdome. I'm not going to read this. We're not England and we're not France and we're not one of their defenders, so it doesn't really matter to us what they're doing. But yeah, it's basically they are starting a war because I think, was it England wanted Normandy or something because of old rights? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Yeah, it claims to the French throne. England wants to claim the French throne, basically. They have a long dispute there, and now we're 100 years of war. It's actually more than 100 years of war. The 100 years war is not really, you know, it's a little misnomer there. Let us get a bit up of over 0.1. Okay, so. What did I want to do? I wanted to do something. Could you please no? Please, no. Stop. Guess your gold mine is too big. Yeah, yeah, too big of a part of the economy. That's what I'm thinking. But also, it gives us a frick ton of money. You know, much less right now, because suddenly our control is nothing, so we're not getting any tax from it. Which is quite bad. But we can help that, of course. We just need to integrate it. And then after integrating it, it should instantly flip. There are two kinds of cores, by the way. There is a full core and there's a half core, just an integrated core. An integrated core is when you have it integrated, like we're doing, but also only not have the majority of the population be your religion and the majority of your population be your primary culture, or an accepted culture. Both is fine. So, if we look at this, here, the cultures, this is mostly Angrian. We will not be able to fully core this right now unless I accept Angrian, because our Rhine-Franconians are a too small part of the population here. We would need to accept Angrian, and I probably will, because I have the slots. If we look at our society, I recently learned that yesternight, basically, when I showed Shiro the game. I realized this. We have 0.05 accepted cultures available. And Angrian is already tolerated, which is good. And we could just click and choose to spend 5 prestige, and we would make this an accepted culture. And then this thing would definitely be a full core. It's pointless to do it now because we haven't even cored it yet. Well, integrated it yet, but after that we'll probably accept these guys, and that's gonna be fine. At least they're already, you know, tolerated, not openly discriminated like all the others down there, but we'll see how that goes. We have more cabinet actions. I think you're lying to me. I mean, yes, I could literally do 50 other things, but I only have one. Oh, you're finished. Yes, I forgot about you. Okay, that's very true. I should do something with you. We could go for diplomatic endeavors, you know. Increasing our diplomatic reputation would be great. Increasing control would be great too, though. I'm gonna go for control. And because we're not at the maximum here, I think. Yeah, our maximum is 42. And we're at 0. We definitely want this to increase. So we're definitely gonna go for more control, because that also means more levies. And all the other things. Taxes and all that good stuff. I wanted to increase the sound. That is it. I always play on very low sounds. I deactivated the clock ticks. Can I do that here? No. Because I hate them. They are just making me nervous. But there's like an old grandfather clock ticking as fast as you're going with your game, which is, I guess, an interesting indicator, you know, like a metronome. But it's also very annoying, and I don't like it. Let's go 50% and see how that feels. If it's too loud or anything, guys, please say so. Oh, little chunkiness. Yeah, the monthly tick is a little bit harsh. But the yearly tick will be even worse, because there will be the Renaissance coming up. So I know a little bit about the early events. You can also see what events there are if we look at here. The situation. These are all the historical situations in the game right now, as far as I can tell. So we have the 100 Years' War right now. There will be some other situations that don't bother us, like the fall of Delhi. But in the Renaissance, we will all get the Black Death, because the Black Death started, and I didn't know that before, in the Golden Horde. About here-ish, there is a city that they, or at least in, I don't know if it mostly starts about here-ish, but I'm not sure if that is literally where the city was. But they were basically sieging a city, and as far as I know, throwing the corpses of their enemies into the city, and that caused the Black Death to appear. And then the Black Death just wiped out half of Europe, which is great. And we have 200,000 people. That's gonna be very harsh if we lose half of them. Very, very harsh. Now, as you can see, I'm not going for Ziegenhain right now. Yes, I could literally do another no CB war, but it's not great to do so. Oh, what I want to do, though, is make Brunswick love us, so improve the opinion. I also was capped on my diplomat, which is not great. We could now increase our spending a little bit, just because we will get a little bit more money. And maybe, let's go like plus 10 there, so that's 0.18. And we can have 3 diplomats. That sounds a little bit more reasonable for things I want to do. Oh, that's kind of sad. Our mother died. Poor Adelheid. Oh well. 67, full life, I guess. And 56. Not the longest lifespans, these people at this time, but, you know, if you're rich, it's always better. Coming of age, my son. That means you can be married. That's kind of nice. Unless no one wants you. That's kind of sad. That's really sad, actually. But basically what we want to do is make Brunswick, or Braunschweig rather, our ally. Because we want them on our side and not murdering us. And as long as they're our ally, they cannot attack us. Oh god, look at the chunkiness when the tick happens. It's also because I have the save on. I could, since this is not a Iron Man game, say... Autosave is only every year, oh. Okay, let's hope the game doesn't break, because that would be kind of shite if we lose half a year. Count embarrasses the court. Well, that's great. Yeah, who needs legitimacy at all, right? Game, thank you. Legitimacy is... Oh, that's now a little bit loud, isn't it? I think it's a bit too loud. We have a daughter! You're not called Clara, though. You're called Joy Aegis. Enjoy. Welcome to the court. You're definitely not gonna be sold off into marriage. Definitely. Okay, that's a little bit too much music. Let's just go a little bit down there. That should be better. Yeah, the performance of the game is not the best at this time, but as long as I'm not losing frames, guys, please tell me if I do, because I don't think I can see that correctly right now. It should be fine. And at the moment there's nothing happening anyway. We could also look at our beautiful countryside. The Holy Roman Empire added a few provinces of these beautiful, beautiful counties here that are ours. And some weirdos. Ooh, we have salt here. Eschwege has salt. How nice. That would sell quite nicely on the market if we had any excess. Oh well. How very sad. Find a king and I'd be happy. Oh, if only. We would need to sell you to the English throne or something then. I don't think there are that many kings. Are there? I mean, Austria should be a king, right? Kingdom. Nope, it's the duchy. Kingdom of Bohemia, so maybe the blind king wants you. I'm gonna find you someone. I cannot promise you a king. Maybe Poland wants you, I don't know. Or Denmark or something. It would be really nice to have Brandenburg on our side, though. They are an electorate, so does that count too for you? Or do you want to be French? Do you want to be smelly and rude? That's such a bad stereotype, my goodness. Poor French. Okay, as you can see, we're just letting things run. We should get a parliament very soon. 3 years ago. I think every 5 years you can do this. And the parliament will be amazing. 60 months, yeah, every 5 years. So 2 more years and we can do a parliament. And that will be our goal or our way of getting more land, basically. Hopefully. Hopefully. If the concessions I need to make are not too great. What I also want to do... Ooh, Meissen is going strong. That is nice. Let's improve their opinion a little bit, because they are already our ally. Arnsberg is as well. So we might want to improve their opinion too in the next month. It does cost a diplomat, but it also costs permanent diplo points, or diplomacy in some way, to improve opinion with someone. And the spy network does too. That's why I'm not doing one. Also, even if we would want to create a casus belli, we only have excommunicated ruler, which would be awesome, but they need to be excommunicated, so won't work, unfortunately. And also we can humiliate our rival, which unfortunately increases the conquer cost by 900%. Also not the antagonism of the attacker, yeah. That's pretty nice. And I mean, the cost actually, does that matter? I don't think so. Maybe we do this through a humiliate rival and just take that one county, because it's just one county, who cares? And with a 100% war score, by just marching in and taking it, we should still be able to take it as humiliate rival. Maybe that is actually a good plan. Maybe let's build a spy network here. Again, cost us a bit monthly and stuff, whatever, it's fine. It's gonna be good. And then we use the parliament, hopefully, to, I don't know, maybe get a claim on Fulda, maybe get a claim on Paderborn. Paderborn would be huge. They're also in the Köln market. I'm not sure if I want to be in the Köln market, really, but a city, either way, will be tremendously helpful. What we could also do is, like, increase our control here a little bit more, our maximum control, by building a road to Korbach. Because we have this problem with our distance. And the distance limits our control. Now, if you build a road, this distance penalty of 40, which is also increased by the woods that it is in, but this distance penalty will go down by 20 points. That's huge. The problem is roads cost a lot of money. So, if I wanted to do this one, this would cost me... Oh, I'm already doing it. Could I stop this, please? I hope I don't lose the money now. No, 165. So I would need to pay 78 gold for this. That is quite a bit, but it could also, since this is our gold mine, be amazing for our money. So I think I'm gonna do this. Also, it makes us move faster through this. It gives us, as you can see, 25% movement cost reduction. Market access goes up, which we don't have. and proximity cost goes down. And that proximity cost is what we want, because we want to... also the direction, I think, doesn't matter. But we want to get our control up in that county. And I think that county is the most important one there is. Also, why this is so expensive is because of the goods we have. Although, actually, it's quite cheap right now. The inflation is pushing it up a bit. The base cost is quite high, probably because of the woods. The distance increases the base cost. Okay. That's not that distant, though. Very, very weird. Usually they're not like 85 bucks. I mean, look at that. The base cost is 10. But maybe the internal distance of these two counties from the center to the center is bigger than from other counties. And that's why that costs that much. But I'm going to build this. I think that road will be amazing. We could also increase the gold that is made here. Rising support. Our pops that follow the Westphalian culture will gain pop satisfaction, while our pops that follow Rhine-Franconia will lose it. And we gain prestige. I mean, I can't do anything, so okay, I guess. How nice for them. What I could do now, though, since I have so much prestige, although prestige does give me some things as well, more cultural influence and stuff. Ooh, antagonism change. No, I don't. I'm not going to do that now, but I'm going to do that soon. Oh, wait. Also, another thing. I'm going to invest the prestige and accept the culture, the other culture, the Angrians. We got our first research done. We got possible clerics in towns and cities plus 50, and we got more literacy. Literacy, of course, plays into your research speed. And we can look at that in a second. But first, I've seen something. I'm not using my free minting. Look at that. This is free minting. My minting threshold of 5% I should always use. There's literally no reason not to use it. So I'm going to. And we're gaining inflation anyway. It doesn't matter. I might as well get this money too. Without increasing inflation even more. Which is great. Right, I wanted to look at, research speed. This is my monthly research progress. And you can see average literacy plays a role here, of course. Even the clergy estate satisfaction plays a role, but whatever, I don't care about the clergy much. We're working on guilds to get some burgers. It's not the burgers that you put on the grill, it's actually Bürger. Well, that what will become Bürger, which is basically citizens in German, but, you know. As far as I know. Maybe it's not 100% correct, but that's what Bürger are. Roast England next, please. That's too easy. the weird uncouth English, huh? It's such a nice one. The excerpt of a newspaper that was complaining that all the women were going to the Danish because they're actually bathing. Oh, they're so bathed and have so pretty hair. Why are all our women leaving us? It's so dumb. Oh, and it was a literal newspaper back then. So great. Sometime in the 1400s or something. Or 1500s. Not quite sure anymore, but it's so funny. We build a road, so look at that distance. Yeah, that's much better. So we should have a better maximum control modifier now. Our current control is 35%. We're gaining more and more money from this county. That is really, really good. Because that's basically all our taxes right now. What we could also look at is, hey, are there profitable buildings that we could build? Yes, there's a tar kiln, which is not really that profitable, but it has some profitability. We can also switch the market. Hey, a charcoal kiln in Nuremberg would be great. Problem is we have no town in the Köln market or the Nuremberg market, so none of this makes any difference, as far as I know. Because it's all about market access, and I don't think I get this profit in 3 years. So basically, in about 5 years, it will pay for itself. Which is quite strong. But I'm not sure if this includes if you have no market access, if you have literally no trade capacity. I'm not sure. Otherwise, this building sounds good. And we could build it for like 50 bucks, which is not that much. You could build market villages. I don't think I can, though. If we look at trade, I'm not sure, or I haven't found those, but I only have trade offices, marketplace, and warehouses, and all of these need towns. I know that... Oh, I should have looked here. Ah, I know that exists. Okay, I forgot that this exists, actually. I know it exists, but I forgot about it. That's actually true. This gives us a teensy tiny bit trade capacity. It's really crap. But I mean, what else can we do, right? And look at that profit in 3 years. It's really horrible. This actually needs 30 years to pay for itself. Although, if we get extra trade... I mean, having one would be fine, right? Just to get some trade. That's actually very true. A forest village. Just building it in the woods? Gives us also trade advantage. So if I build that in Eschwege, for example, and then build the Nuremberg market stuff as well. Yeah, look at that. In Köln, it doesn't do anything. Actually, in Nuremberg, it would help us the most. So I need to push that in Eschwege or something. Yeah, it also highlights only the provinces that are in the market that you were looking at, which is Nuremberg right now, right here. So it only marks these. So I would need to build it in Eschwege or in Melsungen or in Rothenburg or in Alsfeld. And then I would actually get that here. And the best one would be... I don't know why this is not ordered by default, but Eschwege or Melsung would be the best. And I think I'm going to take Eschwege because it has the most people. So, let's go. I'm actually going to buy that. That's a pretty good hint there. Yes, thank you. I was not thinking about those. I was only looking at trade buildings, and you can only build them in towns. Which is kinda huge. Oh, we lose 12 bucks. Or the nobility's pissy, and we lose a lot of prestige. I don't like using prestige. And the free city of Wetzlar loses opinion. I so would like to murder you. And they produce iron as well. Fancy schmancy. Unfortunately, no silver. Silver's in the northeast. There's only one location. We have the only location of gold here as well. But taking Wetzlar would be an amazing feat. Paderborn would be better because it's 3 provinces, of course, but this is easier to take. If we could reach this before they could, you know, get their people up, but they probably have some big relations, right? They don't. Oh my freaking god, we could just run in there. They have 500 men. This is such an easy city to take. That's probably our war target right here, so we can get the Köln market access. And get some soldiers. And get manpower earlier. Because we have some income. We can build the buildings there. Huh. Did we lose 12 bucks? I mean, that's 4 months of income. Just to make the nobility happier and make Wetzlar... I mean, Wetzlar unhappy wouldn't be bad. I don't care about them. Yeah, sure. That is really... I think we're going for the city, guys. The real problem is this is... No, this is the Wetterau. This is a bit Gießen. That is really good, actually. Oh, yes, we want Wetzlar. Oh, that's huge. Can we marry? No, we still can't marry anyone. No people. No people like us. You're making a masonry, okay. Göttingen is making some cloth. How nice for them. We need 20 spy network to actually do something, so we have 8. So to get that extra casus belli, we need that. Otherwise, we need to wait. We need to wait for our parliament to then maybe get Wetzlar. And get Siegenhain through the spy network. Our war exhaustion is going down already. Our stability is increasing unless we get, which will now happen, something. We have an outbreak of... Kassel has smallpox. Oh, that's kind of shite. Oh, come on. Why are you doing this to me? Get the recovery effort going. Because that destroys the prosperity. We need to get that up as quick as possible so we don't lose many people. Also in terms of them just going away. Look at that, they just died. Or the laborers just left the county. That might be it. But our recovery efforts should help here tremendously. Just needs a month to tick, I think. That's really bad. We don't have hospitals. Hospitals are freaking expensive. I can't even afford them if I wanted to, so... Good stuff. Yep, and now people are dying like crazy. And that's even before the Black Death. That is a really unfortunate event. In our capital, mind you. Yeah, we're already losing a lot of people. We were over 15k and we're now... Look at that. We're now bleeding people because of this. We need to get our prosperity up. Quickly. We're helping the recovery effort, so it's going to be fine. Hopefully. They shouldn't move away. Really make sure after conquering someone, or when this happens, do the recovery effort. It is really easy to spiral out of control and you lose 90% of population here because they're just moving away. You really don't want that. I had Ziegenhain, I conquered it in my first try, and suddenly Ziegenhain and Alsfeld were just moving away. And from... Oh, damn, you're very, very bad at prosperity. And, you know, they had like 15,000 people each, and suddenly they had 600, both of them. And that was quite bad, guys. Quite bad. Yes, you're done. You can go back to... You could develop, but I'm still gonna go for control. I would love the development, but... Control it is right now. These actions are so ridiculously important, guys. Do not ignore them. The government is huge. Absolutely huge. Do not make the humiliating war goal for conquest. It's if it costs 1 war goal point, 900 war goal points. Really? Is it actually 900? Oh, that's kind of... I thought it was the cost of the county normally times 9, which would not be 100%. But if that is actually 900, oh, that's kind of shit. I mean, I could still get their money. It's not much money, but... Then this spy network is basically useless to me. I didn't try it yet, so... Maybe... But we could still try it. We could still just, you know, rip them apart and take their money. And just annul any treaties they have or something. Oh, we have another character coming of age. How nice. Let's get you to marry a noble, then. They're both crap. Since no one wants the girl, I want more babies. More babies means more marriages. More marriages means more babies. More babies are good. You can have a better education. No, balance is fine. No, balance is fine. You're just bad at it. That's all it is. I don't need to push for one thing in particular. They're making legumes. Oh, nice. Everyone likes them, right? What? I really don't. At least not that much. We have our first Landtag. Perfect. So, weird that it's not a Stadtrat, but okay. I mean, it's not a Stadt, that's probably why. Landtag it is. So we have different debates we can do. There are 3 that are over 50, no, 2 that are over 50%, which is probably one we will do. Actually, this one is really good. Please tell me. No. Hersfeld, Riedesel, and Nidda. Who cares about Nidda, really? Just one province minor. Shite, I would have hoped it's Brunswick or Braunschweig because Göttingen is right next to us. It's still fine, because we're getting more diplomatic reputation, which will still be getting Braunschweig onto our side. So I think we're going to do this. Now, the thing is, castle works would basically be fort building cost goes down. Yeah, we're not going to build a fort. We can't really afford it. I'm not sure if you need a town for a fort. Probably not, but I'm still going to build one. It's way too expensive. So we're going to do this. And we have like 60% support right now, which is quite nice. Now, for 50% support, we could instantly get a casus belli on Wetzlar and take him. Which is what I want to do. Now, the problem is, I still would like this to happen. So I need to get the 50% back somehow, and that's with the agendas. This is amazing. This is exactly what I want. This is perfect. So now I can give the nobility, basically. I can lose army, navy tradition, who cares? I don't have a navy. And I can get progress towards land, which means we're already on land, and that gives us more RGO size, more proximity cost through land, or less proximity cost through land, more trade range use over land, well, less actually, and more overseas. So this is amazing for us. This is exactly what we want. Look at that. We can go to up to 5% more gold, basically. And 10% proximity cost going down. That is really nice. That is so much control for multiple counties. So yes, I definitely want to take this. Can I just take this? Yes, it's 96 that I'm going to end up, so I'm not wasting anything. I'm not sure if I can waste anything, but I'm going to do this. Now we're at 97%, and then I'm going to fabricate a casus belli on Wetzlar in the Wetterau. And I hope that's a good strategy, but I want troops, and the only way we can get troops is to there. We lost 50% of support, so it's not likely that we win this now. What else can we do? We can get them the Banal Lordship, which loses us control. No, this is really bad. I don't want serfdom. Serfdom means the peasants pay you a lot more taxes, but also other stuff is bad. What can you do? Oh, this is amazing. This is exactly what I want. 2.5 legitimacy for communalism. Yes, baby, please. So we're already going towards communalism, which lets us revoke privileges for less stability cost. Huge. Which gives us more equilibrium with the states. Huge. Pop migration speed goes down. Okay, it's not great, but whatever. And the rebels will not be joined as much. This is really good. I want this. So, yes, I'm definitely going to give you that. And now we're over 50% and I don't have to care anymore because it's much more likely that this goes through, and I hope it will. Is there something else? Oh my god, can I do it again? I can actually do it again. I mean, it's much less than the nobles because they don't have that much power. But I'm going to do this again. I'm going to click that button until I'm out of legitimacy. Well, not quite, because that would kill us, but... demand for a new monastery. Cost us a bit. And we get a monastery in Alsfeld. It's actually not that expensive. Which gives us more literacy for the clergy. They eat more food. And better conversion speed in terms of religion. Which I guess is fine. And look at that. It normally costs 50 bucks. I'm getting this for 17. And it will be constructed instantly. This is kind of nice. The nobility will be pissed. The nobility will be really pissed, unfortunately. But they will bounce back. For 17 bucks, I think this is fine. I'm going to click this. It's probably going to be really, really bad to do this, but whatever. And apostolic tax. No, I'm not going to give you another privilege. No, that's not going to happen. But thinking about privileges... There was something I wanted for the commoners. I remember this. This is what I want. Common militias. 20% more levy size. 25% more combat efficiency. And they are allowed weapons, which means I need to buy more weapons from the market, but who cares? Gives me more happiness with them, and also makes them more powerful, which is also good because it takes power away from the nobility, who are quite pissed right now. I'm definitely going to do this. And I'm also going to do something else, I think. No, not fewer levies. That's exactly what I don't want. No labor on Sunday. Oh god, poor peasants. Free subjects would be kind of nice. And the commoners would be in the parliament, which would be kind of nice. So they could also give me what we just clicked upon a few times. And makes them progress towards free subject, which is kind of neat. Yes, they pay you less tax. We had serfdom. So maximum serfdom would give us like 20% estate tax for the peasants, more food consumption, more raw materials output, more supply limit, which is all good. Don't get me wrong, it's all great. But the poor peasants. If we don't go for this, if we go for free subjects, where's free subjects? Then we lose minus 10% taxes. That is a 30% swing. That is huge. But I still would prefer it. It makes them consume less food. It gives them meta promotion speed, which is quite nice, so they could become laborers faster, for example. And it gives them prosperity. That is all really, really good. At the moment, it's probably fine that we're sitting about the equilibrium here, but sooner or later I want this. I'm not going to give them more right now, unless there is more levy size. I think I can get more levy size, though. I need more levy. That is very, very important. That keeps us alive. Literally, only thing that keeps us alive is levy. Ooh, discipline and progress to quality. That's kind of nice, too. It will give them 100% more power, though. That's not good. That's really not good. It would make them happier, which is nice. I want this. Discipline is really good. Both damage and that the regiment does in combat, combat and damage taken. The higher the discipline, the more damage done and less damage taken, which is huge. And also gives us progress towards quality, which is basically what I want, because quality is best. Quantity doesn't even give you more levies. I mean, you can look at these values here. We are very decentralized right now. We definitely want to be centralized. We are very traditionalist. We definitely want to be innovative for several reasons. But quantity, let's look at this. Army maintenance. Okay. Possible frontage. Okay, better fronts. Neat. Army initiative goes down, which is not great. And food consumption goes down. That is good. But quality is what you actually want, I think. More morale recovery. Tactics is always huge. In EU4, that was basically the best value that you could get. If you had more tactics, you were... Even 0.1 tactics were huge in terms of swing. So that is hopefully still the same. So tactics is amazing. And more initiative means, I think that they engage faster. Not move faster. But it is the chance that they actually go into combat faster. Every hour. And assuming there's enough frontage, so frontline, available, all the regiments not currently engaged will attempt to join the fray. So it's basically how fast they join the fray. Which is really, really good if they join faster. Have a look at these from time to time. It's gonna be fine. I'm also an hour in, so let's put a little cut in here. We are going to war with Wetzlar. Right now. Before I unpause in the next part. So be ready for that, because we have a claim, and I want that town. And also, please let them not have any help. They don't. They only have enemies, which is ideal, with only 400 troops, which is literally nothing. We can just march in, rip them apart, and take them, and be happy. It's gonna be great. I see you in the next one, guys. Thank you all for watching. I hope you had a great time. Please leave me a like if you did like the episode. It really, really helps, especially with new series. Don't forget to sub the YouTube, which also helps the channel tremendously and also keeps you updated on your videos, hopefully. If not 100% working, you can also join the Discord, which will have all the streams, all the videos coming out. Definitely and most accurately. And also, if you like the Twitch side of things more, come to the Twitch, and I see you all in the next one. Bloop bloop, everyone.